Welcome to Data Project Hub. In today's video, we will solve a complex SQL interview question. So before going through the question, let us go through the two tables that we are going to use in order to solve the question. So here are the two tables. The first table is customer table and the second table will be transaction table. So let me execute the query and then let us see the schema of customer table and transaction table and then let us go through the question. Then it will be more clear. Execute this query and we will get the two table which are customer table and transaction table. So this is the first table which is the customer table which has customer id, customer name, customer age, customer gender and app. That is the application that a particular customer is using. And we have the second table which is the transaction table where we have location, location id, then customer id, and this customer id can be used to create a join with the customer table. So here we have a customer id column, and similarly in the transaction table also we have a customer id column. And next column will be the amount paid for each transaction, and this will be the transaction id. Now let us go through the question. So the schema to create both the tables will be provided in the description. You can directly copy the table script and create the table. So here is the question. So ABC Bank is trying to find their customers' transaction mode. So customers are using different applications such as GPay, phonepay, paytm, etc. along with offline transactions. Now the first question is to write a query to find the application or mode and the count for highest amount of transaction in each location. And the second question is write a query to find the application or mode which has been used maximum for a given location. So let us go through the first question once again and then let us write the query for first question and then we will move on to the second question. So in order to solve the first question, first let us go through the transaction table once. So here is the transaction table. Let me execute the query only for transaction table. So here is the transaction table and then let us take the question and now let us first analyze the transaction table. So we have multiple location with respect to transaction table. And when we go through the location name, we can see that corresponding to Florida, the highest amount corresponding to a transaction is 78,899. Similarly, for Alaska, we can see that the highest amount with respect to Alaska location will be 77,633. Similarly, we have a third location which is Texas. Highest amount with respect to a transaction for location Texas will be 98,766. Now, corresponding to the highest amount with respect to each location, we have to find what is the application or mode that is being used. Then from that result, we have to find how many number of time a particular app or mode has been used for transaction corresponding to the highest amount. So that is the first question. So our expected result should have mode and the number of transactions. So let us start writing the query and then I think it will be more clear. So we will start with the select close from transaction table. So we will copy the entire query. So select star from transaction table. So we have all the columns from transaction table. Now we have to find the transaction amount corresponding to the highest amount with respect to each location. For that we are going to use the dense rank function. So here after the star we will make use of the dense underscore rank function over, and the partition should be based on location name, that is partition by loc underscore name, and order by clause should be based on amount paid, order by amount underscore paid in descending order, it should be underscore amount paid. And now this column will be named as rank, and this is taken from the transaction table only. So both the location name and the amount paid is taken from the transaction table. Execute this and we will get a new column with the rank. So here we have a rank column corresponding to which we can easily identify the highest amount with respect to each location. So we will place this query inside a CTE with highest amount. So we will name the CTE as highest amount, open and close parenthesis, and this is the first CTE. Now we will write a select star from the first CTE, which is highest amount. Copy the highest amount table name, paste it here, and now we will write a where clause where rank should be 1. Then we will get the highest amount with respect to each location. Rank equal 1. Now execute this and we will get records for which we have the highest transaction amount. Execute this and we have the records where we have the highest amount paid with respect to each location. Now from this result we have to make a relationship with the customer table. So after the highest amount we will give an alias name as H, and now we will write a left join with the customer table customer, and we will give an alias name as C, and we will write the join condition. Earlier we saw that customer table is having a column called as customer underscore ID, so we can make use of that column and the cus underscore ID from the current result we are having to create a relationship with the customer table and the result that we are having now. So h dot cus underscore id equal c dot customer underscore id. So execute this and we will get all the columns from the result that we have obtained along with the columns from the customer table. Execute. Now we can see that we have an application column which is fetched from the customer table. Now from this result we can obtain the number of times an app or mode has been used for the highest amount of transaction. So for that, instead of star we will make use of the app column app, and then we are going to make use of the count function count star as num underscore transaction, that is number of transaction, and instead of app we are going to make use of another function also along with app, that is collies, because here we have a null and in that case it should be cache. So app comma cache, so this column will be named as mode. Now before executing this we have to write a group by clause also, that is group by, copy the entire function. It is not necessary that you should include the function, you can only add app column as well, then also it will give you the same result. Execute this and we should get the result. Execute. Now we can see that we have mode and number of transaction. So from this result we can interpret that gpay has been used for transaction corresponding to highest amount with respect to two different locations, and cash has been used for the transaction corresponding to highest amount with respect to another location. So this is the result that we have to obtain for the first question, and that was the same result that we were looking to obtain. So this is the result and our result obtained is matching. Now we will move on to the second question. Write a SQL query to find the application or mode which has been used maximum for a given location. So in the final result we should have location name, mode, and the number of times a particular application is being used, and given the number of times should be the maximum with respect to each location. So for Alaska, gpay has been used maximum number of time, that is 2 times, and for Florida paytm has been used 2 times, which is the maximum number of times, and for Texas gpay and phonepay has been used 1 time each. So this should be the final result. Now let us start writing query for the second question. Let us copy the question and we will keep the question close to our query. So this is the question. So here also we will start with a select clause. Select star from the first table, which is the transaction table that we are going to use here also. Let me copy the table name. Transaction table, execute this. And we have all the columns from transaction table. Now we need to create a join with the customer table. Now we will give an alias name as T, and we will do a left join with the customer table, and the alias name will be C, and join will be based on cus underscore id and customer underscore id, that is T dot cus underscore id equal C dot customer underscore id. Execute this and we will get all the columns from transaction table and customer table. So we have the result. Now we have to get the application name, location name. Then we have to find the number of time a combination of location and application is being used for a transaction. So for that, we will name this CTE as customer underscore transaction table. So this is the first CTE, customer underscore transaction. And we will keep this inside the parenthesis, and we will write a second select clause select, and we require only three column, which is location underscore name, and we require the second column, which is application. And here also we are going to make use of collies function. Collies, open and close parenthesis, and the first argument will be the column name, and second argument will be the argument that we have to substitute in case of null. So here the column will be named as mode, and then we are going to make use of another function, which is the count star, and this will be named as n, and this is taken from the first CTE, which is customer underscore transaction CTE. Copy the table name, use it here, and we will write a group by clause also, group by location name and collies application comma cache. Paste it here and run it, and we will get a result where we will have location, mode, and number of time a particular location bar mode combination is being used. Now from this result we have to obtain for a particular location which is the mode that has been used maximum number of time. So we will place this query inside another CTE. So this is an aggregated result, so we will give the table name as AGG, and we will place this query also inside the second CTE, which is AGG, and I will expand the table name once again, AGG result. So we will keep the name as AGG underscore result. And now we are going to make use of dense rank function once again. So star comma dense underscore rank, open and close parenthesis, over, and here partition will be based on location name only, partition by loc underscore name, and order by clause should be based on n, that is number of time a particular location mode combination is repeating, that is order by n in descending order, and will be named as rnk, and this is taken from agg underscore result table. Execute this and we will get a result where we have one more additional column, which is rank. Execute, and we have another column, which is the rank column. Now we will place this query also inside another CTE, which is rank CTE, and this is the name for the third CTE, that is rank CTE. Now select star from rank underscore CTE, write a where clause where rank equal 1. Execute this and we will get the result which we were looking to obtain. Execute this and we have the result which we were looking to obtain. Now let us compare the result with the result that we have initially. So here we have the location name, and here we have the mode, and here we have the number of time a particular location bar mode combination is being used, and only the mode which has been used maximum number of time is displayed in the final result. So we have the exact same result, and in the final result we only require three column, which is location name, mode, and n. You can find multiple ways to solve the same question, so I would suggest you try solving this question on your own before going through my solution. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more. Thank you.